Uh, Hi guys. Today we are here to talk about the CISSP 100 days plan. Okay. So this plan, which I am going to let you know, guys, is purely planned. It's a well structured. It is having a perfect project plan wherein we are going to complete the entire SISP, and we will make sure that you are ready at the end of the training for the CISSP examination, right? And the batches are going to start from April 25th. And 1st of August is where we are going to finish up this particular training. So you can go ahead and book the CISSP exam somewhere in the middle of August, or if you want a little bit more buffer, you can kind of target it at the last week of August as well. So that's the plan here. Okay. With that said, let me get into this, and let me know who all peoples are kind of intended audience for this session. So those people who don't have 5 years of experience, they're also most welcome to this session, because CISSP is in two format. One for people who are having less than 5 years of experience. Even though the certification and other things remains the same, everything remains the same. It's only about the endorsement process and the certification process. So for people who have less than 5 years of experience, for them, they are not going to get the certification, but they are going to get the ISC Square membership designation there. And believe me, it also carries the same value for people in security. So that's one thing. And those people who already have 5 years of experience, they are very well into the frame. The experience should be in any two domains of security, any two domains. So when we call domain, what does that mean? I'm just going to cover in a separate slide, so you will get a more better idea about that. And then if you are a role switcher, kind of from an infrastructure perspective, you are trying to make your career in cyber security, you want to switch over within your team, or you are looking for a better opportunity outside your current organization in security, right? So that is where the CISSP definitely can help. So this is the intended audience for us today. No, this session is not for people who are casual surfers. They are just trying to understand, okay, there is a free invite. Let's join and see what people see. It's good. You having knowledge is always good, but this session may not be a very fruitful with a kind of set objective, or you are going to get something out of it. It's just a knowledge. If you want to take it, please take it. Not a problem. Then people sometimes are expecting shortcuts in CISSP. When we say shortcuts, that means people come and ask me, sir, is there a bypass, or is there is a uh, different way to actually go and achieve your CISSP aspiration? I only tell them the only way to pass this is to learn, to the core, understand the topics, and then get validated through CISSP certification, which is highly recognized certification, right? And get, after that you earn your CISSP. It should not be like somebody else earning out for you. That's not a good practice. We need to suppress those kind of peoples out there. So definitely this session is not for those people. And then a few peoples are most of the time procrastinators. Okay, they keep on asking me, sir, everything looks so bright, but then when is your next batch kind of starting? So if that is the thing, if that is the mindset, may not be, because next is always next. That is never going to come up. So for them, definitely not the right place. You can continue. Definitely, I appreciate your presence here. You are my guest. You are there on the this thing. But end of the day, it's not going to mean a lot for you, right? Then why at all we are actually trying to get CISP? Why people go for CISP? So CISP, as you know, is one of the highest paying certification. And on the other side, you can see when compared to other certification, this has the maximum value. And you already know, with the kind of new threats and new landscape changing every day, there is a huge demand of skilled people in cybersecurity who understand business also well, and who understand cybersecurity also well. So that will give the leadership a lot of assurance on their peoples, right? So that is where the CISP always remains on the top. That's what, that's the industry value of it. Now, why I'm telling you all this? Because I am myself a cybersecurity professional. I have over 23 years of experience overall, and out of that, 15 plus years in cybersecurity. It's been a mixed experience of information warfare in defense, plus the corporate industry. So that is where I come in into this. Then, as part of my career experience, I have worked with multiple renowned organizations like um, IAF. I have worked with Accenture. I have worked with Applied Material. Currently, I am the CISO of Hanson's Group, and also the security chief advisor for BMO Financial Group, which is there in Canada. So I am kind of consulting these firms currently, right? As part of my academics, I have done three master's degree. I have done MSc IT, MBA, MCA. As part of my security career, I have always been a thorough learner, and that is where I acquired a few certifications. So I have CISP, I have CCSP, I have CISM, I have CRISC, PCI DSS, and few more certifications. Idea here is to tell you that you are there in the right hands. You are not there with somebody who is new to security, and those kind of concepts are not very clear. I have a thorough experience. You can see I am also, as a CISO, I am driving the entire security effort for the company. So you can definitely rely on me. I get to understand the entire big picture of security, the kind of role I am currently playing with the company. Having said that, I have good training experience because training has always been my passion. So this is something not for kind of earning money or those kind of thing. That has not been my intention. My intention has been to fulfill my passion of giving back to society, and that is where I have trained more than 500 CISSP aspirants. Many of those are certified. They are there in the industry and holding very good designations out there. I have been an active member for ISACA, ISC Square, and as a public cybersecurity speaker as well. Right? You can connect me over LinkedIn. My link is here, and you can always have my number in case you have any doubts related to security, and wherever you feel you need some a coach who can really help you out there when you are stuck up with something. Right? Having said that, let's come back to our topic where we were, and we were talking about why CISP. So CISP will give you high salary. Obviously, we have seen that slide which says what's the difference with other certifications and CISP. Okay. Then advancement in career, because once you are done with your CISSP certification, let me switch off my video so that you have a better view of the entire thing. Okay. So that is where advancement in your career, once you do your CISP, your management will look at you from a much mature perspective. They will feel that maturity in you, that you know the business, and at the same time you know security, you know the know-how of security completely. So that is going to definitely help you in your career. And apart from that, more importantly, it is earning your brand as a CISP, the designation itself, and the knowledge thereafter. These are some of the benefits which you might already be realizing. That is why you are into this particular session, right? Then, when we don't have CISP, when you don't go through CISP, this might look like, if you are into one particular aspect of cybersecurity, because cybersecurity is a big area, it may seem like this. Your knowledge might be only restricted to some area you are currently working in. But once you do this is how your mind setup will look like. You will feel much more matured. You will feel much more accomplished when you have undergone through the entire CISP thing, because the content and the area of CISSP has been designed in such a way that gives you a complete picture, just like a CISO perspective on a particular company. So that is how it looks like. So that's the biggest difference, I would say. Certification is one aspect, but apart from certification, knowledge is what we are looking for. And even if you get your CISSP certification, that will help you. If there are 10 resumes in front of the HR, they are going to pick up those resumes who are CISSP certified. So that's one thing. But on the other side, when you get interviewed, when you work at when you are at real work, wherein you have to prove your experience out there, that is where this entire content which we are going through in CISP, it is very, very practical. It will help you in your day-to-day operations. That will help you to understand process better and the entire business much better, right? So that is what is the greatest value, I would say, for CISP. Obviously, once you are not certified, this is how it looks like. I think you can realize that he is Milkha Singh. And once he got recognized, people started making movie for Milkha Singh. Why? Because he has become such a big brand thereafter, right? So nobody realize you until you actually go and accomplish something which is really tangible in your life. So you might be already too much into the process, you may be a very hard worker and all that, but your management might not have an eye on you. They may get attracted when you achieve your CISP. So that is where their perspective will completely change after getting your CISSP certification. So that's the biggest thing in CISP. And other important thing about CISP is, once you get certified, you can maintain it throughout your entire career. You can maintain it throughout your life. You don't have to go every 3 year, get certified for CISP, and then retain it for next 3 years. If you are maintaining the annual maintenance fees, which is $125, and the CPEs, which is kind of continuous professional education, you are going to prove ISC square that I am learning even now, and every day I am progressing myself to be updated with with the upcoming challenges, right? So once you are able to fulfill these two criteria, one for the annual maintenance fees, one for the continuous professional education, we call it as CPE, then you are going to retain your certification throughout your life cycle, right? So that's the beauty of this particular certificate. Then eligibility, as we spoke earlier, people who are having less than 5 years of experience, they can also go ahead and appear for CISSP examination, that certification, and they have full 6 years thereafter to prove their experience. For example, somebody is having 2 years of experience and required is 3 years of experience, then they can prove that remaining 3 years of experience in the upcoming 6 years. So that is how this works. And also, if they are not fulfilling the entire 5 years of experience, then 1 year viewer they can obtain if they have done some engineering degree, those kind of things. There is a complete list of those certifications or degrees which you can show and take a 1 year viewer as well. So that's for people who have experience less than 5 years. Now, for people who have experience more than 5 years, they need to prove that they have experience in any two domain of security. Now, what are these domains? What are those activities we can show up to ISC square to prove that we have the right 5 years of experience, right? So for that, we will understand what are these domains. But before that, let's talk about the examination, which is the biggest hurdle. That is where everybody is more focused, because that's the final validation. If you complete this validation, then it's very easy for you to get certified. You just need to go through the endorsement process and get yourself certified. So this is how it looks like. This examination is a bit different from other examinations. How it is different? It has a algorithm at the back end of your question paper, right? And it's not only you who is trying to prove that I am the right guy. I have understanding of these knowledge, these topics. It is also the system which also will be working in backend to gauge you with each and every question, right? So that's how it goes. So is the question paper also, there is an algorithm at the back end which will be kind of validating you uh, for the any answer you are giving, the particular option you are selecting. Based on that, it will do an assessment of your understanding of the topic, and then based on that, there will be a next question which is thrown to you, right? And that is the only reason why there these kind of question, we don't say these are 100 questions or these are 150 questions. So your experience in the real CISSP exam may vary based on your expertise, how you are answering, how you are performing during the examination. Based on that, you may get more questions or you may get less questions. So typically the range is from 100 questions to 150 questions. So 100 questions, like if somebody doing so good, they will be completing their examination in 100 questions. And then who are little like those people who have answered few things wrong, for them, it's going to be like 110, 120 questions like that. But finally, not more than 150. The moment you reach to 150 questions, the question paper will stop and it will say either you are passed or you are failed, kind of. Then this is a costly exam, a little bit costly exam, which cost you $699. Uh, the fees is going to increase by another $50 by from 1st of May. So you have to go and invest $749 dollars into this. If you want to reschedule your exam, $50. If you want to cancel completely, it's $100, and then rest of the amount will be refunded back to you. Annual maintenance fee, once you pass your certification, you get the certification, and you want to maintain it throughout your life cycle, it is 125 USD every year. That is the amount you have to pay, but it is worth paying because the kind of certifications they have, the kind of courses they have on their portal is worth it. This $125. So that is how the examination looks like, and then maintenance of this look like. Let's come back to the entire CISP. Let's see how does it look like. So there are total 8 domains in CISSP exam. So the first one is security and risk assessment, which is contributing to 15% of the entire CISP. Another one is asset security, wherein we think from the asset perspective, we think from the data perspective, and then based on that, we think, okay, yes, now data is created, data is classified, data is labeled, then data is being used, data is being stored, and then it is being shared. So there is an entire life cycle for data, and we need to make sure that throughout this entire life cycle the data is secure. It is more onto the focus is more onto the data governance and also on the associated assets, because data is not something you can touch and feel like that, right? It has to be put on some server, it has to be put on some laptop or somewhere. So those assets also, they are also is your assets, as equivalent importance as your data. So you have to think from that perspective in this particular this thing. Next one is security architecture and engineering, wherein we think from a design perspective, we think from an architecture perspective, how we are going to make a secure system by design itself. That's the focus. How we are going to make systems privacy by design. How we are going to integrate security by default. Not at a retrofitting security at a later point of time, but initially when the product is being developed, is being thought about, from that stage itself, you have to engage with them. That's the focus for this particular domain. And we also cover cryptography as part of it, and we also cover physical security as part of it. Next one is the communication and network security. That is where we will be talking about all the networking concepts, how you are going to lay down your network in a fashion that gives you a layered security. Layered security means if one control fails, at least there is a second control to uh, uh, actually deter the attacker or kind of control or slow down the attacker, right? So that's the layered security we are talking about here in networking concepts as well. Then the next one is identity and access management. That is where we will think about what happens in the identity and access management space. What all things happens? What are the different technologies out there? How does the entire basic things actually works upon? So you will get to know end to end about the identity and access management in this particular domain. And then we have security assessment and testing. So it includes your audits, it includes your penetration testing, it includes your vulnerability assessments, it includes your software testing, and all those kind of testing what we perform to get a product certified, and then later being approved by your management, accredited by your management, right? So that perspective is what we cover in this particular domain. And obviously, a lot of things related to audit as well. We are going to talk about PCI audit. We are going to talk about cloud security audit. We are going to talk about SOC audit and things like it. So that is what we will cover in this particular domain. Then security operation is what happens day in, day out. So this is where we are focused on how the security looks like on a day-to-day basis. So we will talk about a lot of security devices which we implement in our infrastructure to make the design look like it's good. And we have a continuous monitoring as another concept. You need to monitor all those logs which are coming to your SIM, and that is how you are going to monitor your entire environment. And it's not only for monitoring perspective, it is also how you plan, how you plan your resiliency, how you plan your backups, how you are going to plan if some kind of disaster comes in, how you are going to react to that, right? So all that perspective is what we are going to cover in this particular domain. And finally, there is software development security, because we use applications, we use software day in and day out, right? And we have to make sure that these things are secure. So we have to think in how the security is getting integrating with the entire SDLC process from the moment there is an idea about developing a particular software. Then how you need to engage with them, need to make sure that security is taken care at every step of SDLC process, right? So these are the kind of domains wherein which we are going to study as part of your entire SISP. And that's a huge knowledge. It will give you a great perspective to understand. There is nothing left out. Believe me, there is nothing left out once you go through these things. So that is why people who complete their SISP, they are considered as masters into this particular field. So that's the kind of breadth we are going to cover. Then, yes, CISSP is everybody's dream. Every second security professional want to go for CISP. But then what are the kind of challenges? So people get stuck with unfamiliar domain. For example, you are into security operations and getting stuck up with software development. Obviously, because that is not been your expertise, not been your area. There are chances that you may get stuck up with that. So that is where some people start with CISP, but then they feel, man, this is something which is undoable for me. So that's another challenge what we see. Then too much stuff to master, because obviously we are going to cover entire cybersecurity in here. There is no other certification which can give you this wider view of security. Okay, so too much stuff obviously to cover, and sometimes that can be a little overwhelming for you. Then how much to dig from an exam perspective, because final objective is to also not just gain knowledge but also to get your certification also, right? Then how can we make sure that we understand how much we need to read a particular concept, how deep we because every area is a complete area by itself. Are we going to deep dive into everyone? No, that will take your entire life to do that. People spend 30, 40 years in cybersecurity, but even then, they don't feel this enrichment because because the area is so huge. There are different use cases in different areas, right? So you need to understand for the exam perspective, to be focused on the exam perspective, how much you need to dig in into a particular concept. And then obviously there are tricky questions on top of that. ISC square tweak the questions a little bit. You need to understand how that tweaking happens. What is that tweaking they do? If you understand the mechanics, then it is very easy for you. But if you don't understand the mechanics out there, if you don't have the right mindset, things can be challenging for you. In my yesterday's session, there was another guy who joined my session and he told I failed CISSP for the 3 times. Then when I asked him what has been the primary reason, he says I am too technical. So CISSP is not a very technical exam. It is about the management of security. You have to think like an advisor, you have to think like a manager. So that is the perspective which that guy was missing in yesterday's session. So you need to understand that. And then keeping consistency is difficult. You may start preparing for CISSP at home of your own. That's the best strategy to have. But at the same time, the problem is because of lot many project issues, your personal family issues, and there is nobody to push you. Until somebody is there to track you, somebody is there to push you, you are bound to lose the track. And that losing that track means the losing the interest, and then you don't land up anywhere. All the effort you are putting in is going to be waste, right? So these are the kind of challenges while actually completing your CISSP. So what's the way out? I am here to train you. I am here to coach you. Please remember, it is not a training. It is not a training because a training is typically only for 5 days. That is what is the market standard for CISP. People just give you 5 days of training, and those 5 days after that, they don't have any connect with you. There's no personal connect. There is no personal coaching as such. That is the difference. This particular 100 days plan is not just 100 days, it is even extending beyond that. Like if you are not feeling yourself completely prepared within this 100 days because some family commitments, some personal commitments, I'm still going to be there with you until you get CISSP certified. So that's very important thing. So it is just not training, giving you some kind of training. It is one-to-one coaching as well. One-to-one upbringing yourself, motivating yourself, keeping you on track all the time. And that means a lot when it comes to CISSP preparation because it's a huge thing. And definitely you need somebody who can actually help you, handhold you at every difficulty what you face, right? So that way you can be assured that I'm going to pass my CISSP within 100 days. If you already have some experience with you, you already carry some experience, management experience, definitely this training is going to help you out. The right mindset. I have spoken about CISP. Uh, why the right mindset is so important. Few of the things you need to make it as a permanent fix in your mind while preparing for CISP. First thing, think like a manager. Don't think like a technical guy. If they give you a problem, just not get involved into that problem and try to resolve it from a technical perspective. Think from a management perspective. What if you are the CISO? What if you are the advisor? What you are going to tell them? How do such a kind of problem does not exist in future as well, right? What's the best option I can go for? So that mindset is very important. Then security is there to support business. We are not the bad guys. People think these are the kind of guys who always create some kind of hindrance. They slow down our innovation. And some people think like security peoples are bad cops. That's not the case. We are here to support business. We are, otherwise if business is not there, why business is going to pay to us, right? So we are here to support business. but with the right perspective, with the right path wherein we have the least risk, and that risk should be acceptable, right? So that is something very, very important. End game is IT risk. If there is no IT risk, is there any point hiring those people, hiring those process, making those technologies out there, investing hugely on security? If there is no risk, why people will invest in security? So there is an enterprise risk management, and IT security is just a part of it. We are just a part, right? So that's the thing. So the idea is, if we don't have a risk, then there is no need of security. Okay. Then always focus on improving the process. As I told you, that should be your focus in your entire system. Think more from the process perspective. That's the thing. Then think about how much security to implement. You cannot just implement, or you can just not invest on security controls equally. You have to understand which area is more critical for me, wherein I am going to invest more there, right? So that should be your mentality. And then communication with your leadership is another quality, which is a very niche quality. I tell you, it looks like it is easy, but it's not that easy, because I've been in that situation, right? I know how difficult it is to communicate security to business, because business people are just talking about their end objective. Their end objective is to earn money, have benefit. And if you suggest them great things, firewall, this and that, they are not going to understand that. You have to talk to them in the business way. So how you are going to convert your security objectives and going to map it up with your business related profit and loss statements, something like that, that's always a kind of challenge. So you need to learn that particular art. So that should be your uh, final, what I can say, your mindset when you are going for CISSP examination, right? If you have the right mindset, then I would suggest some more suggestions for you. How do should we go? Because CISSP certification is where we are going to cover a lot of content, and sometimes it may be a little overwhelming for you. So how do we counter that? The idea is, take it easy. Take it easy policy. That should be our focus. Okay, if you are stuck up with one particular topic, message me. I am there always to help you out. I will help you. I will make sure you get out of that particular ditch. But as a preparation, as a CISSP aspirant, take it easy. Don't get busted out. Don't lose your patience. Be there for the next 100 days. That's the one thing. Another thing, this particular training is going to shape you up completely as a security professional. You yourself will feel the difference in you being the person today and being the person after 100 days. It's a complete 100% perspective change for you. And that perspective is what brings you a lot of knowledge and a lot of thought process, which your thought process will change, I would say, after 100 days. So that's very important. And then, if you don't have a perfect plan for doing your CISP, you are not going to ever achieve this. Many people have the aspiration to do CISP, but they don't plan it well. They are not very clear in their end objective and the path they are going to take it. And when on timelines, they don't have that time frame. And what happens, people start with CISP, then they give up CISP, then they again, because CISSP is such a huge value, right? They again pick it up, again lose, and that keep on happening for years. And at a particular point, they give this thing up completely. So that's not the way, right? The way is, there is a perfect plan. You need to plan it out, and based on that, you need to go and achieve this. Don't make it an operation, make it a project. That is what this particular training can help you out with. Okay. Then read only one book. Now when you go on internet, you search about CISSP, people talk a lot about CISSP. They have made it this is the most difficult exam, this and that. I tell you the truth, guys. Being in this industry, being myself as a CISSP, CISSP is very easy. It is just your perspective. You need to have the right perspective. You need to believe in yourself. Be there with me. Whatever I advise you, follow those advice. And CISSP is going to be an easy journey for you. Yes, it will be thrilling. It will be a little demanding in terms of time and effort from you. I am going to demand a lot within this 100 days. I am going to trace you each and every day, right? That's one thing. But at the same time, you don't need to overwhelm. Take it easy kind of policy. Be cool all the time and refer only one book. So I always keep on asking people go and refer Cybex, which is my personal preference. Different trainers may have their own, and I have a lot of security content which is a mix of your CBK and your Cybex. So everything you are going to see in the book is already covered in training. There is nothing left out in the training. Other trainings are just for 25 to 40 hours. These trainings are worth 100 hours. So now you can understand what is the difference between these training and those trainings, right? So that's very important. And then there is a need of practicing questions in parallel. What people do, they will go through the entire book and then thereafter they start preparing for questions, and that is where they tend to forget the concepts, and they again they get demotivated. So don't do that. That's the biggest mistake what people do. Don't do that. You be stuck. Practice the questions by the side. We are going to cover topic by topic, and you need to practice by the side. That's the only strategy, the only way to come out of it. Next one, do not get carried away with so much stuff on internet. I have seen people who come and ask me, sir, I have attended 6,000 questions in CISSP. I have covered training from this person, that person, all well renowned name. I tell you guys, not going to help. Not going to help if you go for too much of stuff. Don't think about themselves. Be there with 100 days. And if you don't pass your CISSP certification, I am going to refund money to you. Okay, that's the kind of guarantee I can give you guys. Okay, only thing you, it's a 50-50 percent of effort, not only from my side, it is also from your side. If we put it together and it's fit in well, definitely you are going to pass your CISSP certification, right? So that's very important thing which I told you. So how does it work? There is a investment of 100 days, and when I say these 100 days, it's around 2 to 3 hours, at least 3 hours a day. Are you ready for it? Investing 300 hours with me? That's the first question I would say. If you are in a very, very busy project, cool down for a period of time. Do not think always you are going to be the champ out there. It is good if you get a little lower on as a dark horse for some period of time until you pass your CISP. Right? It is going to give you much better result in your entire future. So there is a long-term objective. There is a short-term objective. CISSP should be your long-term objective, right? And that is where you need to invest time and effort into this. Then follow my advice. Whatever I say, you just believe me, follow those things. It's a tried and tested process I have done for many, many people, right? In my current batch, there are 6 people who are already ready for their CISSP examination. They are either going to appear before 1st of May, or they are waiting for some exam changes which are going to come, and they're going to appear in the last week of May, right? There are already people ready. So it's a tried and tested method which we done it multiple times. Then must follow the project plan. I have a perfect project plan for your entire 100 days. You need to stick to that. You need to follow whatever I say, right? And you need to complete assigned weekly activities. I may give you some target for some targeted reading, customized reading, some notes or something. You need to complete those. So that's the strategy we are going to have, right? Mm. Then how the entire training is designed? This entire training is designed with a three-headed approach. So the first one is dedicated training. There are going to be sessions which I am going to take for you, and there is a well-defined portal in a very structured manner. There is the entire CISSP portal, which will you have to go through. Okay, whatever I teach you, it is expected that you first see those videos and you are clear about the subject, then you come to me and discuss further. So we are not going to just stuck up with some basic concepts out there. We are going to make it much more practical. How does it being implemented into the industry? What kind of questions you may be asked in CISSP examination, right? So the idea here is to completely make you ready through online training, and also through the sessions which I already have recorded for you. You have to just go and listen to those, understand those topics, and then discuss with me in detail. So that's the approach. Second one, book reading. Even though everything is covered into training, it's a extensive training of 100 hours, extensive videos of 100 hours. But even then, I would ask you, you go at least have one, go through the entire cybex on a high level. All right, don't go too much into it. If you just skim through the pages, you will get to know, okay, I know, I now understand this topic, I understand this topic, I understand this topic. So like that, you need to go through that. And then there will be parallel exam preparation to make you ready for the entire thing. We have a world class CCCure engine, which we have like kind of hired from the vendor, and that is also included in your training. So you will get free access to that particular portal for 3 months. And believe me, it's the only portal which can give you a practice of over 3,000 questions, right? So that is the way to go. We are going to have dedicated training, we are going to have dedicated reading, and parallelly, we are going to practice questions in these 100 days, day by day. Every day means to this, right? That is how we will be going about it. This is my portal. You can see courses.cybernose.com. You can also put that into Google, or you can directly go to the URL. You will see how the courses are designed. It's in a very, very structured way, topic by topic, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes videos. So if you have a doubt in a particular topic, go directly to that topic. Do not go and see a 2 hours video out there. Everything is very, very structured in here. So that is one thing which we have. Then a set project plan that will track your progress on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so you can see it's a live screenshot what we have from people. Okay, so people go and update their progress in terms of questions, how many questions they have attended, how many paper they could read, how many videos they are watching, how much watch time they have. So like that, we are tracking people on a day-to-day basis. So there will be somebody who will be keeping you pushed up for something, right? Because without pushing, sometimes we Indian don't work, right? So that's the thing which is required, and which is good for your career going ahead. This is the world-class exam engine, and this is my screenshot as an instructor. So you can see my batch has already, it's quite some time when I took this screenshot. These people have, this particular batch has gone through 3,592 questions. And these many questions people has attended overall, right? So that is how it looks like. Now, these are the highlights of the training. So there is a well-structured project plan. There is a live instructor-led classes, which I will be taking it. There are videos, as I shown you, in a very structured way. There are more than 100 hours of videos for you. World-class exam engine, that is what I shown you, over 2,500 questions. And I have those tricky questions of my own also. So I keep on having some sessions for those kind of questions also. So there are dedicated session for exam preparation. Then pre-study material. You don't need to go anywhere. All the study material will be provided free of cost. Everything included, right? And then everything is tried and tested. It's not something we are starting with new. We have seen success in this plan, and that is why we are suggesting, and day by day, we are further improving this entire process. Then free trainings until you get certified. It is not that you are going to invest with me only once, like a 5 days training or a 100 days training. It's a one-time investment with me. Once you invest with me, you are going to get the benefit until you are getting CISSP certified. So it's a lifelong partnership which we are going to have even after you get your CISP certification.